YouTube and the belt community. This is Andrew back with a brand new belt review video, and what I have here is it's not a real belt, but it is a replica, and it's a damn nice one. This is a next-gen WWE Attitude Era Big Eagle Championship belt. WWE logo, obviously. Got this off a WWE shop, and as you can see, it looks a little different from the pictures you may see on WWE shop, because I have essentially, I guess you could say, fully loaded this belt. So what I've done is mounted the side plates and the logo on the main plate. So as you see, the logo is now white instead of it just being gold. And then I also painted in all 4 side plate shields in black. Now, not accurate to any particular version of the belt, but I think it really pops really nicely. And JMR himself, who originally created the original Big Eagle back in the day, did do a WWE logoed version that looked kind of like this. That was shown and sold on Wrestling Superstore probably 4 or 5 years ago now. Haven't seen it since, so who knows, but I think it looks really nice. I also curved the main plate. I'll explain that later on how I did that. And this has also been professionally releathered by Ray Championship Belts as well. He did a phenomenal job on the belt, so much thanks to him for doing a phenomenal job. Well worth the time and wait for it. So let's go with, if you see my videos before, we'll get to the usual nice long review. As much as I usually like to say, it's gonna be quick, and go over the plates. I'll show you the leather, and then we'll wrap things up. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the plates here. I do apologize for the lack of good lighting in here outside now. Sun's kind of starting to go down, and I lost all the sun I had in the backyard here, so I'll make do with what I have. If anything, I'll just reshoot this if needed. So let's start close up here with the main plate. So as you can see, I painted the WWE logo in white. I might redo this. As you can see, it's a little focused. It's a little sloppy. I may strip that and start over, but we'll see. It's all fully dry now, so I don't know if it's gonna be a pain to do it. So I may regret that if I try. So we'll see. You see the stones up here. These are the stock plastic stones. I didn't see the need for Swarovskis or anything like that in there. Just not enough to really make it worth it, so I didn't bother. You can see the eagle here. Now the detail on these plates, honestly, I'm very impressed with. The pictures on WWE shop really don't do it justice, which is sad considering, that's where you buy it from, so you think they would try and make it look nice, but, it does say World Wrestling Entertainment, obviously, because they can't, well, they can use World Wrestling Federation, but they can't use the logo, so it doesn't make sense to have 2 things different. But let's see. Champion banner. Now, I'm not really good with art, but I know there are differences to this versus a real JMR, even though he doesn't use the same art every time, just for I guess people trying to, to avoid people claiming things as ring used when it's not. The noticeable thing is these areas up here, like this black should be extended out, either whether it's cut or I believe he may have just painted in some areas, so where it looks like this is all cut out, even if it's not. I tried doing that. I didn't like how it looked, so I just went ahead and stripped it off and went back to the way it was, which I'm fine with. It's no big deal. It's a minor thing, so it's not worth it. Same thing on the other side. As I mentioned before, I did curve the main plate. So as you can see, I don't know how easy it is to tell the towel because the towel's not flat, but there's a pretty sizable curve in there now. It's about 1.5 inches. The stock curve is only about 3/4 of an inch, so I doubled it. And 1.5 inches is pretty much what real belts usually are. This probably had a little bit bigger of a curve, but the way I did it, it was with a tree in my front yard and a ratchet strap. So it took me a couple tries to get it right, and I could have probably went more with it, but I didn't really want to take a chance, because if I snapped it, it's $350 mistake, and no one's gonna buy a cracked belt at that price. So I didn't think it was worth taking the chance. So, but I'm glad it came out the way it did, because honestly, I probably would have returned the belt back to WWE shop if I couldn't get that, looking the way it does. So, really glad with that. Another little quirk on this belt with the art is North America looks weird. more importantly, well, more in particular, it's the western part of Canada and Alaska. Alaska, for some reason, got cut off here, or at least should have been more rounded, because it is kind of ends the way where it's supposed to, but it's not shaped properly. And I don't know what this is supposed to be. This really should be all blue, and it should end probably around this here. You know, Canada should end here because where it matches up with the northwestern part of the United States. So I don't know what they did there, because the previous 2mm WWE replica and the WWF replica from what, 17 years ago, North America looks right. So I don't know who screwed up there, but yeah, it's hard not to look at it, but it is what it is. Can't really fix that without them making a whole new batch of belts, which ain't happening. So you know, it is what it is. But all right, so we'll move over to the side plates here. I'll start with the outer side plates because they are identical. So you can see the WWE logo and the 2 stones. I do think the depth is a little bit, in the details, a little bit better on the side plates than it is on the main plate, but probably not by much. Yeah. At some point, I think I'll insert, maybe in the video, a picture of the JMR version of this belt that was with the WWE logo, just to show you what it actually looked like and why I did it the way I did instead of leaving everything unpainted. See, the other side is identical. The left side plate has a lion with the WWE logo, again with the shield background painted black. I'll show you the detail of that again. There we go, very nice. And then the other side plate has the McMahon family crest, again with the lion, and another minor detail again. Real belt doesn't look like this with the way the lion's holding it. It's supposed to be like a dagger that he's holding on to, and not just his thumb through, I guess, the was it the shield or the crest. So yep, the logos are white on all side plates. That's how they come stock, which I don't understand if they made the main plate logo gold, because the gold logo version of this had gold side plates for the logo. So what are you gonna do? It's you know, WWE Figures Inc. It's not gonna be accurate in that sense, so whoop-de-doo. Alright, well that is the plates, so I'm gonna pause here, we'll cut to the strap, and then we'll wrap things up. Alright, so we'll start here with the female end of the strap. So, like I said in the beginning, this was releathered by Ray Ray of Ray Ray Championship Belts. And as you can see, that is his signature stamp. Now, the snap boxes are actually custom stamps. They're not hand-tooled in that aspect. They mimic what JMR usually would do. He would have a gigantic stamp, press it all down, and you get the end result. So, as you can see, that's what this looks like here. So, I would have gotten this back probably 2 months ago or so, but he was waiting on getting the stamp, you know, artwork drawn up, and then etched him back from the etcher, so there was a delay in that, which he did make me aware of right from the get-go, because I was planning on having this hand-tooled, because he didn't offer this before. I'm the first one that's getting a strap done this way, so much props to him for letting me know and not, you know, giving me the option to wait if I wanted to wait, which I was glad to do. So normally I think he can get a belt back to you in a couple of weeks, maybe a month, but this took a little bit longer as a result, and I'm glad I went with the custom stamp here. So the female snaps are 2x5. They are, you know, the gold brass snaps. You can see on the back there, very nice. And then to mimic the final version of this belt, it does have the WWE Champion tooling going all the way around. Logo plate here too, I forgot to mention in the last cut. Nothing special about that, it's just a generic property plate, nothing even close to what the real belt did have. But again, as you can see, WWE Champion all the way around, both sides to the other end, and again, following all the way around, ending back on the other side. Now, I'll show you here the male snap box. These are 2x8 snaps, and everything is pretty much identical, just the stamp is longer. So, as you can see, nice pattern here. Ray's custom signature staff. I'm sorry if it's hard to see. I'm trying to look through my camera and the sun is starting to go down and being in and out, so I just want to make sure I'm capturing all this for you here. There you go. Very, very nice job he did. I mean, granted, yes, it's not hand tooled, but the work still goes into it, so it's not like he's slacking in any way. And again, very nice job. I recommend him fully for any leather work, whether it's a real or replica belt. Very glad I went with him for this. And then you turn to the back, and there is a plain leather black backing. The screws are all covered up on both ends. Male snaps are covered up, female snaps exposed as obvious and expected, just so you can obviously snap the belt up and wear it or put on display. Cool thing that Ray does is he does the way he merges the edges of the backing and the actual strap, so it feels and looks as it's one piece. I don't know if you're able to see that, but I think you kind of can there. So, see that on the Universal that I previously owned, and I love it. So, very less chance of it peeling and coming apart. Very, very flexible, as you can see. Get this folded over on itself. There we go. It's very nice. But, as you can see, no problems with flexibility. The leather's very soft. It's a shame that I'm not planning on collecting anymore, because I would go to him for every releather from here on out, in my opinion. Just price and turnaround time and overall quality of the product is top notch. So you really can't beat that in this day and age in the hobby, where wait times are astronomical. For one reason or another, whether it's acceptable or not, that's it's still a shame. So yeah, Ray's great. Really do appreciate his really good work. Is always responding to you, keeping you updated and everything like that. And yeah, I can only recommend him so much. So thanks again, Ray. All right, so we're gonna cut back one last time. We're gonna wrap things up, and that'll be it for this video. So hang tight. All right, well, that pretty much wraps things up for another belt review video. Again, this was my WWE Attitude Era Big Eagle Replica Championship belt, releathered by Ray Championship belts, nameplate curved, and side planes paint modded by myself. Again, very, very happy with this belt. Big Eagle was the very first belt design that I fell in love with, 17, 18 years ago now, when I first started, getting into wrestling. So it does have a place in my heart. I wish it kind of was WWF logoed, but can't do anything about that nowadays. And I'm not willing to spend $5,000–6,000 on a legit JMR one, or even the $1,500 to do a bootleg, even if it's easy to get that done. But it's just not worth the trouble. So I like to keep this in my collection for a long time, unless something weird happens to the belt. If something starts tarnishing or who knows what. I mean, that'd be the only reason I'd even consider getting rid of this at this point. And I've been condensing my collection down just because I'm really done collecting, because this hobby's kind of turned to shit, in my opinion, and there's too much drama. So only hold on to a couple belts, the ones that mean the most to me. So probably do another video just showing everything. Waiting on 2 more belts though, and that wraps up the 4 that I'll have in my collection. So waiting on the Ring of Honor AOH logoed world title belt. That should be in my hands in the next 2 weeks, I would think. Last update last week was that it was just being finished painted and cleaned up, so should have that soon. And then after that, Real Big Gold, still waiting on that. That's because it's getting replated, so that's a whole nother story, but that'll be explained in the review video. So 2 more things to come, and then I'll do another video showing you off everything I got. So still more to come, so definitely subscribe, like this video if you did like it, share it if you like, and even leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns. I'll leave all links down in the description. So if you'd like to contact Ray for a releather or even a real belt, if you have something in mind, I'll leave his contact information down there. And join Belt Talk. Belt Talk's a great place. The reason I'm even in this hobby. So check them out, the website and the Facebook group. So lots of discussion going on, and also of course buy, selling, and trading. I do have a couple things up for sale too, so check that out if you're interested. So again, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it, and stay tuned and subscribe for more videos. We'll see you next time.